Okay, this meeting will come to order. This is a meeting of the Bylaw Review Committee. It's Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. We're in the Warrant Larry E. McDonald Veterans Meeting Room. Please note that items listed which may be on the agenda, which may be discussed at the meeting, are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Agenda item number 2, roll call. Member Gary Fontaine.
Present.
Mr. Pasquale Morabito.
Present.
Sorry. Mr. Timothy Cook.
Yes.
And Mr. Kevin Splain.
Present.
And I'm Chairman Stephen Kelly. Okay. Item number 3, vote to approve minutes of March 4th, 2026. Has everybody had a chance to look at the meeting minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Are there,
Motion.
okay. Any
Second.
Second. All right, any discussion on the meeting minutes? We noticed that one of the committee members' name is spelled wrong, or wrong. Should be Tim Cook and not Tim Cook and not Chris Cook. So that will be one change. Any other changes?
Mr. Chairman, through you, item 6, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. My name was spelled wrong in one spot. Did forget the E. Well, chapter 3.
No,
I mean,
paragraph 3.
Yeah, paragraph 3, brother.
Okay.
It's the only thing I see at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Anything else? Any other discussion?
I got a
Mr.
question, Mr. Chair. Is it possible that we get these minutes to meetings prior to our meeting, so we're not reading them at last minute? So we can review them before the meeting? Is that a possibility or not?
That'll be the goal.
Okay.
Okay. From now on, I believe they're going to be done by the recorder, the town,
Recording clerk.
the recording clerk. Yes.
Okay,
So
thank you.
we should. Okay. Anything else? All right, then. Motion to approve the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion on that? All right, if not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Yep. All right, so agenda item number 4 is going to be the bulk of this meeting, which is review and discuss the bylaws, chapters 1 through 3, and take any necessary action. So I'll start off this. Mr. Cook sent me a couple of items earlier in the month. He suggested we take a look at Rule 107, Section 1-107, pertaining to the publication of general bylaws. And Mr. Cook?
Yes, if I may. I would propose on paragraph 1, striking in the second sentence where it says such bylaw shall be published once in a local newspaper, and I would propose striking that published once in a local newspaper and simply having it posted on the town bulletin board.
Okay. Anyone want to discuss that change?
Can you repeat that one? Sorry, Tim. Can you repeat that again?
Sure.
How would you like it to read?
I would propose just striking the words published once in a local newspaper and. So it would read, at least 10 days before the final passage of a general bylaw, except an emergency bylaw, notice of such bylaw shall be posted on the town bulletin board.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
the only problem I have with that is if someone can't get out
Mhm.
and it's posted on the town bulletin board,
Mhm.
how will they ever know that this is effective?
Could we say on a town bulletin board and on town website?
What if you don't have cable?
Yeah.
There may, valid point, there may, I proposed it, I
I
just
think we-
didn't know how valid
I
the
like your
newspaper-
proposal, but I think I kind of lean more towards Gary, where we should
Okay.
cover all aspects, just
Okay.
with social media and
Mhm.
newspaper, and try to cover a broad spectrum in all avenues on that.
Anybody else? So just for the sake of the public who's gonna look, who may be watching, I'm gonna read the section here, section 107, publication of general bylaws. At least 10 days before final passage of a general law, except an emergency bylaw, notice of such bylaw shall be published once in a local newspaper and posted on the town bulletin board. Such proposed bylaws shall also be posted in full on the town website and be available in the office of the town clerk. After final passage, the bylaw notice thereof shall be posted on the town bulletin board and website and shall be available in full in the office of the town clerk. Couple of things as far as that, and that's just paragraph 1, because that's what we're talking about. I'm not gonna read the second paragraph. As far as that's concerned, there are state laws concerning publishing in local newspapers, and I believe that would be covered by state law, so I'm not sure we'd even be lawful in taking that requirement out. I mean, we'd have to do some research on that, but,
Mr. Chairman, can I propose a correction in that paragraph? There's another just
yeah,
issue. Website should be one word, not with a space. If you want to have it factually correct on the two sites, they separated it. And I just had to look for spelling errors.
yes.
So.
Okay. Okay.
I had one more in that, Mr. Chairman, if I might.
Yes.
The last sentence reads, presently, failure to comply with provisions of this section shall not invalidate any bylaw enacted by town council. I would propose failure to comply with these posting provisions shall not invalidate a bylaw unless required by state law.
What section is that then?
The same section, 1-107, the last sentence.
How about we just add comma, subject to state law?
That would work as
Or
well.
general provisions,
Yep.
however they write it, yeah.
Subject to, how about subject to any law to the contrary? Okay, anything further on section 107?
I have nothing.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, Mr. Cook also referenced, talks about references to general law, chapter 39, sections 23A to 23C. That refers to, or did refer to the open meeting law. That particular section has been overruled, or has been actually recodified. It now appears in general law, chapter 30, chapter 30A, sections 18 to 25. So anywhere we see a reference to general law, chapter 39, sections 23A to 23C. We probably should change that to general law, chapter 30A, section 18 to 25. Is that what your point was?
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
So what was it, section 39?
Yeah, so when you see references to section 39, there's a couple in here. I'm not sure I saw all of them, but we probably want to take a look and see where those appear. Anywhere that appears, we should change it to general law, chapter 30A, section 18 to 25. So it was that particular section was repealed and then recodified in a different section. I know I saw it a couple of times and we should go through it and we'll make a note.
Mr. Chairman, if you want me to jump ahead, I can, section 201.2, and actually 2-202, meeting of the town council. And
Yep.
it states, all meetings are
There we
subject
go.
to chapter 39, sections 23A, 23C, and that's no longer.
Yeah, there's two references to that in that particular section, and so we would replace that in those sections.
So-
Where do you see that? Section where?
Section 2-202.
They got it in a few places, I notice it's over in, like 210, I think I saw it, or 310 again. I'm sure it's gonna come up many times throughout this
Right.
document.
So anywhere where that shows up, we'll need to change that. Any further discussion on that issue? Okay. What I'll do is for the next meeting, all the changes that we're talking about today, I'll put them in one document and we'll vote as to whether we adopt them or not.
And Mr. Chairman, I also think whatever changes we should make, if we're changing, even if it's one sentence, it should be on a separate piece of paper, clearly marked, and each and every change should be on an individual separate piece of paper,
Yes.
so that they can clearly, when it goes to the town council, there will be no misunderstanding. Here's one change, here's 10 changes, here's 35 changes.
Right,
It'll be nice and clean for everybody,
right,
understandable, where we can underline,
right.
because you can use underline and strikeout. We can underline the changes, and it'll be very simple for each
Yes.
counselor to, one piece of paper, then it'll go to two, because they're gonna have to individually vote on every single change.
Yes, and that's the way it will have to be presented, but under the charter and under the bylaws. That's how they're supposed to be taken up one at a time, each change.
Right.
So,
And,
yes.
one piece of paper for one thing, and if it's this thick, it's that thick.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they can just flip through it, and it'll be
right,
starting right from section 1, right through section the end.
Yep.
right.
And, I think it'll be clean for everybody.
Yeah.
I think we should adopt that.
Yes. Yes. Want to make a
All
motion?
right, I'll make a motion
Second?
that each individual change is on an individual piece of paper with the stated bylaw and the stated change, and that having the change be underlined,
Yes.
so there's no mistake.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so, Mr. Cook also referenced paragraph 2-501.2. What was,
I propose adding one sentence to that. I think it makes it more in line with state law. I believe the sentence that should be added at the end is the Board of Assessors determine and submit the tax rate to the Department of Revenue for approval. It's my understanding that's how that's supposed to work.
Where would you put that?
At the very end.
And how would you word it?
The Board of Assessors determine and submit the tax rate to the Department of Revenue for approval.
And that's on 501-2.
5012, yeah. Very last sentence.
Or how, if I may, just kind of reword that, since up above it says the Board of Assessors shall annually determine the annual tax rate. We say that the annual tax rate.
Oh, excuse me. I was turned off, sorry. Sorry.
The annual tax rate as determined by the Board of Assessors shall be submitted to which department?
Department of Revenue.
Okay, and do you know if they, do you know what statute that would?
Do not know, but I can look that up.
Yeah, let's find out, because we should cite that. Department of Revenue for approval.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And review of section 3107. That's what Mr. Cook's also referenced that as well, which pertains to, well, let me, before we go back, just so that people know what we're talking about here. I don't want,
Mr. Chairman, the section that you need is Mass General Laws 59, Section 23.
okay,
And
59.
it also is subject to what is, it says here, that Proposition 2.5 is still in effect, limitations.
Okay, general law, section, so big general law, chapter 59, section 23. Okay, thank you. Again, I just want to, I'm going to go ahead and read these sections that we're talking about for people who are listening to the meeting. So what we were just talking about is section 2-501, particularly paragraph 2-501.2, which deals with the Board of Assessors, talks about authorities and responsibilities. It says, quote, "The Board of Assessors shall annually, and in accordance with the general laws and the recommendations of the State Department of Revenue, make a fair cash valuation of all the estate, both real and personal, subject to taxation within the town. The Board of Assessors shall annually provide to the town council's recommendations regarding the percentage of the local tax levy to be borne by each class of property and the effect of such recommendation on each class of property. The Board of Assessors shall annually determine the annual tax rate. The Board of Assessors shall hear and decide all questions relating to the abatement of taxes levied by it. The Board of Assessors shall have all the other powers, duties, and responsibilities given to boards of assessors by the laws of the Commonwealth." And the proposed language would be tacked on to the end of that, and that would be the annual tax rate as determined by the board shall be submitted to the Department of Revenue for approval. Citing General Law, Chapter 59, Section 23. All right. So review of Section 3107.
If I may, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
When I proposed there, the It currently reads that certified copies, the minutes of all meetings of all multiple member bodies shall be filed with the town clerk within 5 days. I propose in a timely manner, as opposed to within 5 days, to account for states of emergency, anything else that might come up like that, rather than painting into the corner of within 5 days. And it appears later in that same paragraph, multiple member bodies shall be filed within the town clerk. And I propose striking within 5 days and replacing that in a timely manner.
I agree on that.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
the problem with in a timely manner is not defined.
Right.
I wouldn't have a problem going within 5 days, but no more than 15 days or 10 days. Because a timely manner is open to anyone's interpretation on any given day and time. You know, if you don't specify, then when it comes down to a wire, when you're going to a lawsuit, someone wants to file something, a timely manner is what?
So you wanna do a time definite?
Time certain, right. You know, within 5 days, or no more than 15 days or 10 days, whichever,
You could say
whatever the
this
board
would-
thinks.
So,
Mr. Chairman, it needs to be 10 days according to the open meeting laws, that draft minutes must be available within 10 days under the open meeting law.
okay, all
So
right, I
we
think
may
these are,
match that.
this talks about filing of approved minutes, so this is not the draft
They
minutes.
have 30 days according to the open meeting law to submit approved minutes.
So they, for some reason, this was adopted as 5 days.
This is an old document.
Yes.
2012.
So 5 days under the way, under the time calculation sections of the bylaw, would mean, would mean 5 business days.
It's obsolete anyway. That's obsolete now, compared to what we just pulled up.
Okay. So according to the open meeting law, we're saying that this is what,
It
30?
should
30
be, they need
days,
to have
so let's
a
coincide
draft
with that.
available within 10 business days, within 10 days, doesn't say business days, it says within 10 days.
Mhm.
And that the final minutes need to be written need to be submitted within 30 days. Sounds like this
30
is
days
more-
of what, though? I mean, what's the
Well,
final?
30 days
number?
from the meeting, I would assume.
Yeah.
30 days or by the next 3 public body meetings, whichever is later. They do not need to be approved immediately. Draft minutes must be available upon request within 10 days.
Okay.
How about if we just put in per open meeting law
Regulation.
regulation, right?
To be in compliance with open
Meeting
meeting law.
law
That'll
regulation,
cover us both ways.
right?
Yeah, that'll cover both ways.
And then if they change it, if they happen to change it again.
Right,
you
it
don't
always
Stay updated.
complies
You
with-
always comply with that.
You
It
don't
always
have to
complies
revise it.
with the law, with the open meeting law,
Right.
because it's subject to change, but it's a breathing document, right? So,
And then it's always updated no
Right.
matter what.
Okay.
we just have to word it.
So, right, so somebody can take a crack at wording this and take a look at the open meeting law and say, and word it accordingly.
Right.
All right, anybody want to volunteer to do that?
Pasquale's gonna do it.
Yep.
Shouldn't have talked.
Second that. I'll second that.
All right, so
I'll
we'll,
put that together and I'll email
Yeah.
it to you.
okay, great, thanks.
Perfect, yeah.
So don't violate any of the open meeting
Yeah,
laws
yeah.
by
But
however
that'll
I
save,
send it. so.
down the road,
Okay.
that'll save a lot of headaches.
Right, you should
I do it
reword
that
this
way.
whole paragraph so it,
Coincides with the open meeting law.
right, and it can,
I'll review it more clearly,
Right.
make sure that it fits within
Right.
the paperwork of the open meeting laws.
Okay, excellent. All right, anything else, Mr. Cook?
All right, thank you. I'm all set.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I make a recommendation on in section, we're going back to section 501. I'm sorry, I'm a particular about spelling.
Well, that's-
Yep.
No, that's fine, that's what we're supposed to
That's what we
do.
gotta do.
In the first paragraph, in the establishment, part-time should have a hyphen, not be the way it's written. Does it, you see what I'm saying? Should part
That
dash time.
Section, oh, I mean, section.
Two, 501.
501.
2501, okay, 2501, I'm in the wrong
Sorry.
title here, section 2501.
Oh, two part-time members, yeah.
And 501.1?
Yep. First sentence.
Two part-time, yes, okay.
I'm very particular about spelling, sorry.
This is what we're supposed to do, this is our function, so 2501. So we strike part-time as,
Part-time.
strike part-time, and then add this place, part-dash time. Okay? Anything else, Mr. Morbido?
I had, one question, just one second, it had to do with, sorry, I skipped, I wrote my notes down. So I had a question about, in section, section 2-102, and just a question that maybe you can answer. Do they have to reside in town in order to be elected, eligible to be elected to an office? I don't know, that's,
To hold a town office, yes. There is,
To be elected, yes.
to be elected, yes.
Yes, to be elected, not to be appointed, to be elected.
okay, yeah, because they appoint people from out of town all the
Right.
time.
Yeah, the airport
Yes,
commission,
these are
like the
right,
airport
right,
commission
yeah,
has
no.
one that's not.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I'm just asking, this is the way it's worded.
Right.
Oh, I see, never mind, I understand now. Any registered voter, they can't be a registered voter in
Right,
this town, sorry.
Right.
I must have not read that correctly, sorry.
Okay.
It shows we're all human.
And Mr. Chairman, I just have one question on the Airport Commission, section 3-202. Is there a reason that one of the members can be a non-resident? Is that for a board like that? Is there a reason for that? I mean, I'm assuming it has to do with probably to put somebody with
That's the
experience.
airport experience, that's the one I just mentioned.
It's, where is it?
It says one, in section 3-202.1, it says one member may be a non-resident providing is actively involved in the Southbridge Municipal Airport. Does that mean they're like an employee or?
I don't know necessarily an employee, maybe a user of the airport or
A pilot.
a pilot.
Like it goes down, he's a
Yeah.
pilot.
I just
Yeah.
question.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why it does cite. It does cite a session law, chapter 389, the Acts of 1946. I imagine there could be, like I said, I'm really not. I'm speculating a little bit. I imagine one of the reasons would be that we may not have sufficient expertise in town, and bringing somebody in from the
Okay.
outside would provide that expertise. But I'm not really sure why that is. Okay. Anything else?
had a question, but it had nothing to do with this. I just want to talk about constables. Do we actually have constables?
We do.
We do,
Oh,
yeah.
we do?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, are you one?
I am not.
Oh, I didn't think so.
No.
I see about directing traffic.
I am not.
$75.
I am not. What they do though, the constables that are appointed, serve papers for the town.
Oh, for just
Yeah.
for the town, they don't serve like I got served.
No,
one
they
time.
can, they
Oh,
can,
okay.
but the purpose of a town appointing one is they would do the town's work. They have the authority under the law to act as,
The Southbridge
authorities
Bylaw
are
came
shit.
up for me one time to go be a witness to something I saw at the Elm Center, as a matter of fact.
I didn't see anyone.
Didn't see anything yet.
Anything else?
No, that's it on my end.
Mr. Fontaine, you have anything?
How are we doing? Well, I have things that pertain to both going, the charter, and this document here, and the bylaws.
Yep.
So I don't know if we want to, how we want to do this, take it? Do we want to go through these sections here, make our changes, and then match up the charter?
Well, I think the way I've been doing it is, when I'm looking at it, is I'm looking at the particular bylaw, and then I'll go back to find the section in the charter that would kind of cover that area, and make sure that it's matched up. So, especially if it cites a charter provision, like some of these will actually cite a charter provision, so you gotta go back, take a look at the charter, that provision in the charter, make sure that's still relevant. My recommendation, I think, is that we go through this, and we make individually, we come to these meetings and we make our we identify areas that need to be improved. At the next meeting, we'll have, as you stated, we'll have those changes in a single-page format for each
Right.
change.
Right.
And then we'll vote on those individually at the next meeting, as to whether we're gonna recommend the change. And then move on to a working meeting like this, with the next provisions of the charter. So not like, or the bylaws. So at the next meeting, perhaps, we'll take up, chapter 4 of the bylaws, okay? Or chapter 4 and 5. You know, I wanna put these into bite-sized
Yeah.
Yeah,
tasks. I don't wanna,
Yeah.
and then,
'Cause I spent 4 days working on these both documents to find out we had the wrong document.
right,
And there were 4 days wasted and we had the wrong charter.
Yeah.
So I had a whole list of sites that were wrong.
right.
So now that I have the real charter, the new charter, I can throw all this work away and start reading this charter and see, well, I found the 10 mistakes in the old charter. And so now they rectify, or they talk about other things, so.
Yep.
Anyway, that's where I was on that.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question? Like all these recommendations that we're making, is the town council gonna vote in sections, or are they gonna do it all at once when we
Well,
finish?
whenever you make an amendment to the bylaw, it has to be brought up individually.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
we're not gonna do it all at once, though,
Probably could be done in one night, or,
could be one agenda, depends on how many we have.
Right.
Right, so,
Okay.
and then, but it would have, they need to be presented one item at a time,
then? Okay,
by our rules.
so this charter commission now, the recommendations they were making Monday night were the recommendations from the old charter. Because they didn't have the new charter till after I brought it to everyone's attention. And
Right.
when I brought it to everyone's attention, they had already had their last meeting.
Yeah. So I'm not, I wasn't involved in that charter
Right, no, but I watched
I
it
won't
on
say
TV, and
charter
Got
committee.
voted on.
they voted it
Yep.
on the old charter.
On an old
Right.
one. Actually,
Right.
called back.
So I don't know if they plan on calling up. No one ever said anything Monday night. Whether they plan on
Right, so-
calling something.
I don't know what the charter committee intends to do, all right? On Monday night, those recommended changes were actually referred to general government for review. So, that's also my committee. So so that's where those are gonna go, and we'll have the opportunity to take a look at those changes at that level and determine, and make a recommendation to the town council using the correct charter.
Right.
Okay? So,
Right, using the correct charter.
yes, yes.
Because otherwise, all this is moot.
Useless.
All this is for nothing.
Right.
This is the correct charter, right?
Let me see it.
No, this is the bad one.
And that,
That's the one they gave you.
Yeah, no.
Comment.
I thought they emailed you a new one. No.
they should have,
She did,
Maddie-
I didn't
Maddie
download
emailed-
it, but this is the old,
Yeah.
this is no
Yeah.
good.
So this is invalid.
Maddie emailed us a couple days ago with it.
Oh.
I haven't stopped in to grab the new one.
Yeah, it's also
300
available,
emails a day.
it's
Yeah.
also available on eCode, which is the website,
Okay.
all right?
But I'm sure if you came in to see Maddie, she'd print you up one.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not worried about it. I can print plenty
Okay.
of printers.
All right.
I'm not worried about
Yeah,
it.
this is the old one. This is the old charter.
So I've been looking at the, for clarification,
Huh?
the date of the old charter, that's the old charter.
Yeah, and the new charter has the same date
Oh,
on,
okay.
on its
The
face.
paperwork
Okay.
inside is not all that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was,
That doesn't identify it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you.
yeah, because it was a revision, all right? So on the first one, she did put the right revision date, all right? June 10th, 2025. Problem is, the charter itself was the old charter, prior to June 10th, 2025. That was not the one we had is not the one that was enrolled in the legislature. So, that was corrected, and
She sent the
the
email.
clerk
I
sent,
don't remember.
the town clerk sent out,
I just thought she sent it again. I'm sorry.
No, she said the right.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Any recommended changes, Mr. Fontaine?
Okay, let me go back and look now at the charter. Let's see. On the Town Bylaw Local Historic District Committee, see, we're going down to town. There's no mention of the number of people on the board, number of members on that committee.
You know,
Which
it's
paragraph is that?
It's be page 19. Section 3, 213.
Okay. So this.
Appointed by the town manager, it doesn't say, this establishment, the Historic District Study Committee, appointed by the town manager, subject to the confirmation of the council, may be established pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 40, Section 4. But it just doesn't say how many members. But then when you go to the Home Rule Charter, it talks about appointment of committees, and the manager can appoint committees as based on the need. In section 4-3-2 of the charter, the town manager shall have the power to appoint, subject to confirmation of town council, to the following boards and commission of constables, all right. The town manager shall have the power to appoint, subject to confirmation by the town council, such other members of boards and commissions that are authorized by the general laws.
Right.
So therefore, he can appoint other boards. They don't have to be in. Obviously, they don't have to be in the town bylaw because we don't know if there's a special board he wants to appoint
Appoint.
because of something special that came up. And in the charter, it says he can do that.
It does. I'm
4-3-2,
so I wonder if,
but it just doesn't say how many members of this board.
I wonder if that is addressed in the law itself. Chapter
40.
40C.
40C4.
This too, I thought I read this somewhere.
You pull up 40C?
Chapter, yeah, I'm gonna try to pull up that right now.
I read this somewhere.
Historic District, chapter 43.
Section C.
Yep.
Or 43-4. 40C4, rather. Chapter 40C, section 4.
Section 4.
Section 4.
Yes.
Study committees. So the study committee shall consist of not less than 3 nor more than 7 members appointed in the city by the mayor, subject to confirmation by the city council, or in a town by the board. We're technically a city.
So it's specified the number.
So, but it says, it spells it out in there,
Says
so
right there, not
it
separate.
cites 40C, so that would cover
Right
it.
there.
Right. So it does also indicate to me that before we get to that point, the Historic District Study Committee may be established in any city or town by vote of the city council or board of selectmen for the purpose of making an investigation. I think at that point in time, you'd have to designate how many members.
Right. Based on whatever's happening.
Right. So, and this would just simply give the town manager the authority to appoint the members.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have one more thing then, Mr. Chairman. Section 3, 212 Liquor Board Licensing Board, right above that.
Mm-hmm.
According to our old bylaws, it consists of a 3-member board, 1 alternate. We are now a 5-member board.
Yes, you are. Yep. So now a 5-member board. So
I had that.
That's changed. It's changed in the new charter,
Yep.
but it's not changed in the bylaw.
so we have to change that to
We
5.
have to change that to 5.
Okay.
That's the whole thing with this. There's a lot of paperwork.
Excuse me?
Yes.
I had that one marked on mine.
Okay. 3-212, that means we'll have to change that stat, just so everybody knows what we're talking about. This is section 3-212.1, establishment of the liquor licensing board. There shall be a liquor licensing board appointed by the town manager, subject to confirmation by the town council, to consist of 3 members and 1 alternate member in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Sections 4-10B and Sections 9-11 of the town charter. So the charter has changed that to 5 members.
Right.
So we will need to change. So we'll strike
Change.
3
And put,
and
Insert five.
insert 5
With the alternate or no?
no, that's with the alternate.
Okay.
as the alternate. Anything else, Mr. Fontaine?
That's what I have.
Mr. Splain?
Yeah, a couple of things. Point of information, maybe clarify, section 111, violation and penalties. I'm kind of confused where it says ABC penalties and then DEF penalties, where the
Yep.
change is. What's that reason that changes? I'm just looking for somebody to school me why it's stated that way. It goes from the first set of numbers and then D, E, and F jump so high. What changes
Well,
it?
because A, B, and C it goes from 25 to 50 to 100.
Well, what determines, I guess that's where I'm confused. What determines when you go?
First violation, second violation, third violation.
Okay, so, I think I do have an explanation for this. If you look down below, it talks about a list of provisions subject to enforcement under General Law, Chapter 40, Section 21D.
Yeah.
21 D violation.
That's non-criminal disposition.
Right, correct.
Okay,
21 days.
so, and the penalties, so it states above that, that the penalties would be A through C. So for non-criminal dispositions, you could have up to $25, $50, or $100. And these, I'm not sure, at some point in time, maybe we'll find out where that references. I'm not sure we've hit that section yet. But I would assume that these would be more in the line of criminal penalties.
It says right here, Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
Section 112, violations and penalties, misdemeanors.
Yeah, here we go, okay.
Any person violating any of these bylaws will be subject to a fine of up to a maximum amount permitted by law by criminal complaint filed in Dudley District Court. Each day a violation continues will constitute a separate offense. So I'm assuming that the higher amounts are criminal violations and they go to Dudley Court. So it's like the building inspector, he can issue $250 violations every day for non-compliance. A day. And even higher. Where 21D is just a civil infraction. You could come to the town hall and pay it, or ask for a hearing with the parking clerk. And they would make a determination on a 21D violation.
Okay. So then that would bring me to the list of provisions. Should we have listed, I know on some of them it says fire inspector is the enforcement person or DPW super, should we have listed every single one who it is?
Well,
It is.
It is.
It is.
It
So-
goes by, all these absences are DPW. The building inspector are all the ones down below.
Yep.
It's spelled out like that, just the top one. And if there's nothing under that regulation, it goes to the next one. And these violations are all building inspector. All of these are going down. All of these till you see fire inspector. And DPW superintendent is in charge of that, or is designee.
I will say that if that's the case, then
It's confusing.
it's confusing.
It's very
because
confusing.
Because,
That's what I was trying to
because
get
in
at.
some cases, they
They
list,
jump around.
you know, like they list health agent, inspector, health agent, and health inspector, health agent, and health
We have new
inspector.
positions that
But-
take care of some of that now.
Because it says in addition to town police officers, the municipal personnel listed for each section, if any, shall be the enforcing persons of such bylaws.
Which basically, I look at that and say, okay, so if nobody else is listed, then it's only the police department.
Police, yeah. That's how I was looking
Well,
at
that's,
it as
I
well.
read it different only because
Yeah,
I've been
no,
doing this a long
understandable,
time.
but then the other thing
But yeah, it
is,
wouldn't hurt to just spell them out in there.
well, the other thing I was trying to get, if you look at like section 10102, collection of garbage and rubbish of refuse, it says health agent and inspector. We actually have a new position now, Maritza, who
Yeah.
is the person who handles our, so it changes there, and then.
What's her title?
I forget what her title is, but another one, where it says building inspector, we have a building commissioner now, which is a whole nother, and that's what we have to, I think,
Well, I
look
think
at
then-
as
yeah.
well. There's new, in the last, since 2012, we've had new positions created with different job
Right, and
titles. I think we need to update
the
that on
commissioner
this
should
list.
be,
The
because he's the
commissioner
head.
is the highest in that department who
I
supersedes
think-
the inspector, so.
I mean, we might want to refer this to the town manager for,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, that's what I recommend. It should be either that or the town
Council.
count. They should
Legal.
enumerate who
That's
has
what you-
Cause that,
responsibility,
yeah, that's wide open
especially
like
with
that.
name changes.
This
They
is just
need to
left way too
specify
wide
that.
open. It's
Yeah,
Too
because there are a lot of new
wide,
name
Because
changes.
it opens the town, I think, to a legal challenge by a
That's what I
lawyer.
was worried about,
By
somebody appeals
this
to
person
21D.
saying, you have to do this, and a lawyer saying, you're not authorized under town charter, you don't have the authority to do that.
right, so, you know, and I think, the reason I believe that the way I interpreted this is correct is because if you look at some of these things, Section 7102, regulation of overhanging objects, building inspector. Section 7103, obstructions in public way, building inspector. Then on the next two, health agent and health inspector, health agent and health inspector. And then building inspector again. And then on 7107, restrictions on playing musical instruments, public gatherings in public ways. Nothing is listed. So I don't believe the building inspector would have authority to do anything about that,
That would
which
be
would revert to
the
the
That was
police.
that was,
Yeah.
Okay? And then the same thing with, then you have
Mhm.
regulation of digging in public ways, DPW superintendent. But the next one in line, regulation of use of public areas for assembly, parades, etc. Nothing is listed. So I wouldn't think that would be the DPW
No,
superintendent.
that would be the police.
That would be the police. So I,
Right, it should be spelled, you're correct.
yeah, so I think the way,
Yeah.
I think, as I interpret this anyway, anywhere, anytime there isn't someone else listed, it reverts to the police.
and that's how, but I was trying to, where we bring it up to all these new positions that have been created over the
Update the
last.
position,
The
update the
position
new,
names, commissioner, I'm not quite sure what Maritza's actual job title is, that falls under the garbage section of this, under 10102. I think we need to update the actual job title, the person's position.
Okay.
So like where you have building inspector, might fall under building commissioner.
so we need to update the enforcement enforcement persons.
Titles.
Okay, so
Titles.
update enforcement people. So
Yeah,
what,
the enforcement person titles,
Because they're outdated from
Right, right.
2012.
right? Update the titles.
And I agree with you, if it ends up going, someone gets a $250 a day ticket coming from the building department when it should have came from
Whoever.
someone on the health side, Marissa's position, I
Right,
forget what
that's
her
a-
title is, they
It
can
could be
appeal it in
challenged.
court.
It's
and-
a
big
big,
channel,
that's
big
a lot of work
channel.
right there, is it? Right.
That is. But I mean, we've said before, 2012, this document was
well,
last looked
I
at,
mean, I think I want to refer this to
the TM.
the town manager so that,
Sure.
I mean, he
Yeah.
should have
It's
the.
his department heads, he knows who,
Yeah, he'll be able to get that information for us and then we can make the appropriate changes. So we'll refer that to the town manager. We're all in agreement on that.
Because this document is old, and it's gonna take a
It's
lot
gonna
of
take a
this
while
going
to
on
do
to
this,
figure
yeah.
this thing out.
Yep, no, it's gonna take some work, so, no doubt.
so my next one I have, our town election is when this year? June?
They're always I think the third
Is
Tuesday
it
in
always
June.
that third?
Yeah,
I
it's
questioned
spelled
it,
out.
cause that was my thing, was it always the third? I didn't know if
Yeah,
they
it's
changed
spelled
it.
out in the charter. I read it. I've read this charter like 12 times already.
Well, yeah, so that provision has to be changed, because I wrote that in my notes as well.
It's wrong.
It's
What?
it's talks when the town election is, date of town election. It says the regular election for all town office shall be by official ballot on the last Tuesday in June. It's the charter says the second Tuesday.
Second,
Yeah.
that's where my question
Right,
was.
I read that somewhere. Okay,
So,
yes.
so that will have to be a change.
Absolutely.
We'll make that change.
That's why I asked
Yeah.
that, because
That'll be a change in the charter or change in the
Change in the bylaw.
bylaw. What section is that? Mr.
That's
Chairman?
2103.
2103.
Shall be.
Anything else, Mrs. Swin?
Yeah, I got just a couple things. I'm curious, section 201-1, establishment, a town council of 9 members shall be nominated and elected from the town at large. Are they actually nominated?
You have to
Yes,
file papers.
if the file page
So that's-
They have
nomination.
to have
Okay.
nomination papers, that's what
Yeah,
they're called.
validated by the-
Then the other one I have is section 2401-1. The last sentence says, "The members and chairperson of the school committee shall receive compensation." Do we compensate? school-
Compensation, but read on.
By members and chairperson of the town council.
Right.
They shall receive the same compensation as members of the town council.
So the thing I couldn't find, and I didn't get into
It's in the
this
charter.
Is it-
I know back in the day, there was a thing that the town council people were received a dollar amount. Has that been changed?
Yeah,
We're
there's-
going back. There's no fees, no.
They
nobody
can
received-
vote
So-
themselves a raise,
Yeah,
but if they do that, the school committee has to get the raise.
So, to be clear right now, what the charter does is it authorizes, it authorizes a salary for the town council, okay? But there is no salary for the town council. We've never voted for a salary, but we'd have to vote on giving ourselves a salary, which I think would have to go to the voters, but although, while the charter authorizes it, we serve with no compensation.
And if they did get compensation, the school committee would automatically
automatically
get
get
what
that
they
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted for my clarification on that, because I thought 20 years ago, council was getting X amount for being a counselor. I didn't know.
That may be, they may
I
at
didn't
one
know if
time.
it changed or
Yeah,
not.
they
It may be, but
compensate.
yeah, they could vote themselves a
Okay,
raise.
because I couldn't find anything that it changed throughout the year, so I just want to get
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I think that, yeah, so the charter, I think, let's be clear. Town council, compensation,
Page 2.
page, yeah, it's, in the charter, chapter 2, section,
211. The town council of 9
Chapter
members shall
2,
be
yeah.
nominated, elected.
so it's 23-1. The town council may provide an annual salary for its members. No council shall receive said salary, nor shall any increase thereof become effective until after the commencement of the next fiscal year. All right, so the town council could provide an annual salary for itself, but at this point in time, it does not.
Right. And
Okay.
if they did, the school committee would get the same.
And if we did, we'd have a revolution on our hands. So,
And the last thing that I have, section 3306,
yeah.
building inspector, director of inspectional services, I think we need to reword that to coincide with our building commissioner now. It says building inspector, each town's required to have a commissioner now, and we just hired one last year. So I think it should be commissioner instead of building inspector.
306?
3306, building inspector, director of inspectional services. Since we now have
So-
a commissioner, shouldn't that be?
So is he, just from my, I'm not clear on, is the building commissioner also the director of inspectional services? Or is there a separate?
I think he is. The building
I'm not
commissioner,
100%.
the
on
building
that.
commissioner is everything. But they just changed it from director of inspectional services, I believe, to building commissioner.
Okay.
So shouldn't the wording be building
it should be.
commissioner
Oh,
instead of inspector?
All day.
Even though he is director of the inspectional
Right.
services.
If his title is commissioner. Section 306.
Okay, so we would want to,
Change it. Section 3-306 should read now, building commissioner.
so is there also a director of inspectional services, or is that all under one title?
I believe that is our building commissioner, is the
Right,
director of the
I'm
inspectional
not
services.
positive.
Not
I
100%.
think they changed the name just to change the name. Make him a
No, that's
commissioner.
no, that's a whole, I think maybe might have to do some research on it, that each town is required to have a commissioner in town. On top of your, how I know, on top of your inspector.
Because Mike Julian is a
Okay.
building inspector.
He's the inspector, but when Mr. Pelletier, who used to be our commissioner and on the Board of Health, he was also our commissioner, when he left, the town was left without a commissioner, and we, on an interim basis, hired Mr. Tatro out of
Right.
Dudley
Right, out of Webster here.
at Webster to be ours. Now we have a full-time commissioner in that position, so the inspector and the commissioner are two different things, but I believe each town needs to hold a commissioner
Building commissioner.
in the town.
Okay.
So I think that building inspector should be changed to the commissioner. And I mean, this basically falls under what I tried bringing up earlier, where we have to, the town manager is gonna have to determine on the fines if it's not the police department, which, you know, the building inspector should be changed to that commissioner and so forth. This basically falls in line with that wording.
Okay.
So I think, I mean, I could do some research on that as far as how it goes with the inspector and building commissioner.
Well, all we do is pull up the general law.
Yep.
If it's a new law, if it's a general law, it's a general law. General law, building commissioner. Pat's gonna pull it up in
Got
about,
He's on fire with that.
the
today.
fast phone. And that's just the first 3 chapters. We didn't do anything.
Not yet.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna, but this isn't bad. I mean,
Yeah.
see,
Okay.
my thing, I'm just concerned
All right.
with the years of lapse not doing
Yeah.
anything to bring everything up to date with new job titles and positions that have been created, especially over the last few years.
Yeah.
The town's created. a
Like
lot.
veteran service director, is that what he's called now? Wire inspector, is that what he's called now?
That's what I'm trying to get. We gotta
Right.
bring everything up.
Right.
In the
These
last
are
couple
all-
of years, we brought in a lot of new positions into this town, that I think needs to be
I know the
updated
chief
and it's
procurement
documented.
officer is the town manager. We have a sealer and weights, we have that. Town treasurer, public works director.
I mean, just that one
Yeah.
section,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work, just to do that
Yeah.
one little section I brought up earlier.
Yeah.
So, Charter, section 424. Well, the charter talks about, the current charter talks about director of inspection services and all inspectors. Giving the town manager authority to appoint those.
It doesn't, it doesn't say
The
commissioner.
commissioner is the highest in that department who oversees the inspectors, so I think it should be the commissioner.
That's gonna have to be changed in the charter as well.
Yeah.
So according to the way they have this written,
Which
the building commissioner is at the top, and the building inspector reports to the commissioner. And then there's specific regulations of the qualifications of the building commissioner. Do they have to be in here? That's the question.
I don't think, because to be a building inspector, you have to pass the building inspector test.
There's 2 tests.
Okay, but the commissioner has to
Has to.
hold,
He has to have the whole
Yes,
gamut.
all of them.
plus he can only hold the position for so long. There's a limitation to the,
Really?
yes.
What statute is it?
It's section 143, section 3, and it's a 3-year appointment. They can reappoint
Oh,
them.
yeah,
okay,
okay,
I
yeah.
thought you meant
Oh, no,
after 3
yeah,
years.
Yeah,
right,
3-year
okay.
appointment,
All right.
okay.
Chapter 143, Section 3, okay. All right, so I think what they did here
So the
is they
commissioner
also,
doesn't really go out in the field and
Oh, yes, he
inspect
does.
those.
yeah, he
Oh,
does.
he
Oh, yeah.
does. Our commissioner in our town goes out on the road
Okay.
all day long.
They say they don't have to, in this thing,
Oh, he does.
building inspectors, after that woman was at the council
Yeah.
meeting,
Yeah.
saying
I
that
will-
they were
I will
being
tell
paid
you-
off by the,
I will tell you
Landlord.
firsthand, our commissioner is hands-on.
well, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
all right, good. So I think we got the statute now, chapter 140. I think they listed it here as general law, chapter 43, section 3. I looked at section 43, section 3, and it didn't have anything to do with.
What chapter is that you said?
But he said it was chapter 143,
143.
section 3. So I think this is a mistake.
Yeah, 143.3.
Here, so on, certainly on 306, we need to strike general law, chapter 43, section 3, and
What page was that on, Mr. Chairman?
3306.
3306
But they
on page
listed-
24,
they missed
okay.
They missed the one.
They
Yeah.
must have wanted to typo.
We should make sure it is the right quote, right section of the charter. That quote is the charter as well.
Yeah, that is the correct section. It talks about the town, subject to confirmation by the town council, the town manager shall have the power to appoint on the basis of merit and fitness alone a number of employees, which includes one of which would be a director of inspection services and all inspectors.
So then the only thing I have is if we end up changing that, does it change anything else in 3062, 3063 as far as that wording going from building inspector to building commissioner? Would it change any of the wording in those next two sections where it says inspector? The building inspector shall, should it be the building commissioner?
Well, okay, so there,
Where it says like powers and duties on 3063.
so I think what we can, there's a director of inspection services. I think what I would propose we do is,
Well, the way they have this written in the code, it says inspector of buildings, so I'm assuming that the building commissioner is this person,
yes.
not the building inspector reports to this person, so I think you're right
So
about
I don't think we have to I don't think we have to change the first paragraph. I think the second paragraph, there shall be a building commissioner. who-
Right, appointed by the town manager.
Right. Who, and to keep it consistent with the charter, we could say the building commissioner who will be director of inspectional services.
We need to ask Jack
Yeah.
what the lineup is down
On
there.
how he set up
Yeah, what the
his,
lineup is. Yep.
to get better clarification on that.
Right, because
Yeah. Well, we'll ask Jack about that. Okay.
Sorry.
Anything else?
That's all I have for tonight,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. I got a few.
okay.
So, starting at section 101, bylaws, it says definition and acting style. And I read this paragraph. There is no definition of a bylaw here. There's a definition of bylaw in the charter. So I would recommend we strike the word definition from the title.
And just put bylaws in acting
Acting
style.
style.
Yep. Okay. All right, on chapter 2, town elections and elected town officers, under section 2-100 elections, section 2-101. Offices to be filled by the voters shall be town council, 9 members, school committee, 7 members, town clerk, subsection B, board of assessors, 2 of 3 members. I would just add the word part-time in there.
Doesn't it say part-time in the charter?
Yes.
Right. Because we have 1 assessor and 2 part-time assessors, right? Section 2.
Section H, on that same paragraph, subsection H, says such other representatives to regional authorities, districts, or committees as may be established by law or by interlocal agreement. I would just insert by law, Southbridge Home Rule Charter, or by interlocal agreement.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, going back to the assessors, it says established, there shall be a board of assessors consisting of 2 part-time members. It says that.
Yeah.
Elected by the voters and a 3rd full-time member
Third full-time member is
to be
is
appointed.
appointed by the
Yeah.
manager.
But that's what it says.
Yeah, right. In the charter it says that, right?
No, it says it in the bylaws. That's where I'm reading it from. Section 2,
You're on 501.
501, powers in general.
Right. Yes, 2 part-time members.
But it says it.
It says it there, yes.
I thought you said we had to put part-time.
Well, I think if we're gonna, we could put, we don't have to put part-time there, I suppose. I just thought I'd put it in there as, since it stated it in
Oh, okay.
2501.
Clarification.
Oh, for clarif, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
And 2 part-time, 2
Yeah,
board
two-
assessors, 1 full-time and 2
right,
part-time.
yeah, right.
Were you done with section 8 on your recommendation, Mr. Chair? Where we add in bylaw or Southbridge Home Rule Charter?
Yes. So I would suggest under section H, we insert after law, after bylaw, after established by law, we insert Southbridge Home Rule Charter, or just simply Home Rule Charter, or by interlocal agreement. So interlocal agreements would be, for instance, the regional school committee, where we have 2,
Members.
right,
Yeah.
2 members. But also I think the charter can, if the charter is changed and maybe authorizes a new committee or something of that nature, we're gonna have to go back here and
Right.
change it again,
Right,
okay?
yeah. Just makes it clean.
Yes. Okay, so, we already addressed the other, I noted the town election issue as well. We need the second Tuesday. We've already talked about
Yep.
that. Look at section 2-104, hours, polls are to be open. Says
7 to
poll-
8.
Yeah, polls shall be open for all regular elections at 7 o'clock in the morning and shall remain open until 8 o'clock in the evening. It cites General Law, Chapter 54, Section 64, so I read that. And I think after reading it, I think I would put a comma there and say, unless otherwise required by law. Because I could foresee a situation where the state legislature changes the hours.
Or if there's a line of voters, you can't shut them down at 8 o'clock, can you?
No,
No, I think if
No.
they're in line,
Right.
if they're in line,
no.
Right.
they get in the door.
Yeah.
Right, we should-
Otherwise,
we should-
it would remain open. That's what the law requires, that every person that has.
So
the
I
right
think so that's why, so I just think adding the unless otherwise required by law just makes it clear.
What page was that on?
9?
9, section 2104. We talked about that already. We talked about section 202, meetings of town council, and changing that chapter 39. We already talked about that. And I think that's all I had. Okay, so anything else on this?
If I might, Mr. Chair, I just noticed something that just sticks out at me here.
Sure.
3-205, Cable TV Advisory Committee.
Yes.
I would suggest striking antenna from both paragraphs. Should be a cable antenna television advisory committee. I would strike the antenna. It's cable TV. There's nothing going out over the air from the cable, from our cable system.
Okay, just check the charter on that.
I don't remember reading cable TV in the charter, to tell you the truth.
No, I didn't, but it cites the charter, section 431 and 432. I just want to see what these, it's just really the appointment power. Talk about the appointment power for town boards and commissions.
Right, I've never seen anything in there on that.
Yeah, it says nothing on it. I don't have a problem with that change. Anybody
No.
else?
No.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I have nothing.
Okay.
I'm good.
I think if we, we're looking at this again and we see something that we missed, we bring it back, we bring it up again, even though we're gonna
Yeah.
try to move on to a couple of new sections. For the next meeting, based on what we've talked about tonight, I'll put together a single page, as we talked about before, on each change, and we can vote individually on them to whether or not we're gonna recommend them as a change to the town council.
Well, to save you some time and effort, I don't think there has been one dispute on any change that's been made.
That we did tonight.
I mean, if you want to type it up, we just
Well,
look at it.
I do want to type it up as we would present it to the town council. Okay,
That's a lot of work.
yeah, it's a little work. It's not that much.
You can do it while you're working.
I'll spend my Sunday morning.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think we did a tremendous. It doesn't seem like a lot of work we did tonight,
We did a lot.
but we did a lot.
Yeah. We did. So the next chapters are chapter 4. I would just like to make a note. I was contacted by the animal control officer. She has some concerns about whether or not some of the provisions are actually in line with state law.
Mhm.
So I asked her to put something together for us and take a look at.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we should be getting that. And
You wanna take 3 more chapters, or you wanna take 2
let's
chapters?
let's not try to be too ambitious. Let's try to take
Six is the
4.
big chapter.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Six is-
Yeah, let's
4
try
and 5?
4 and 5 the next time. Actually, these probably aren't going to be that difficult. And on this section, there's a section here called town vehicles. There is currently the general government committee is working on a town vehicle policy.
Because they got in trouble.
Hmm?
Didn't they get in trouble? Wasn't there something, there was an oversight? that-
Yeah, there was something,
Personal use of
something came up regarding the use of vehicles, so.
I was watching it on the town council one day. So
So, the general government committee has been tasked with coming up with a town vehicle policy. So, I'm not sure it's necessary to turn it into a bylaw, but just to let everybody know. Chapter 5 is finance. So I think, and then we have licenses and license regulations in chapter 6. I think we should probably tackle that one on its own.
I agree with 6, as
Six.
you
Yeah.
just said it.
6 will do 4 and 5.
So let's, our next meeting, let's do 4 and 5. Where's my agenda? Lost my agenda. Oh, here it is. No, those are minutes. Okay, so let's move on to agenda item number 5, review and discuss tasks for next meeting and take any action. So we've talked about that a little bit already. I'll put each of these changes into a single page format for each change. And then I think we're agreed that we'll do 4 and 5, chapters 4 and 5 for next meeting.
So single page for each change with the original and underlined red
Yes,
on the change
yes.
to make it.
So the changes will be very clear.
Okay. And 4 and 5, what do you want to have for a date next meeting?
All right. So agenda item number 6, the next.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Next meeting date is going to be May 6th.
6:30?
Yes. 6:30, yep.
Okay.
All right.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.